Whiskers, a sweet little kitten with a tiny backpack, was on a family picnic. He loved spending time with his mom and dad, especially when they brought his little sister Patches along. He loved the way his mom would gently brush his fur with her soft paws, and the way his dad would playfully chase him around the meadow. He loved their cozy picnic basket, filled with delicious tuna sandwiches and sweet, juicy catnip treats. It was their special time, a time filled with laughter, games, and warm purrs. But a sudden storm turned everything upside down and left him stranded, all alone. How would he survive? Whiskers loved family picnics. He always looked forward to his dad packing the picnic basket, a big basket filled with his favorite tuna sandwiches and sweet, juicy catnip treats. His mom would always make sure he had his favorite toy mouse, and his little sister Patches would eagerly race around the picnic blanket, chasing butterflies. They'd share stories and jokes, and Whiskers would proudly boast about his new backpack. "Look, Mom, Dad, Patches, I got a new backpack just like yours," he would say, puffing out his chest. They'd spread a colorful picnic blanket under a shady tree, enjoying the warm sunshine and the gentle breeze. Whiskers loved these picnics. They made him feel safe and loved, surrounded by his family. But on this day, their happy picnic was interrupted by a powerful storm. The wind howled and lightning flashed across the sky, illuminating the meadow in an eerie glow. It was like the heavens themselves were angry. The picnic basket was swept away, and the family was separated. Whiskers was swept away by the rushing water and lost sight of his family. The rain lashed down, and the river roared, surging with fury. Whiskers tried to swim, his tiny paws paddling frantically, but the current was too strong. He clung desperately to a tree branch, his claws digging into the rough bark. He could hear the wind howling, and the rain beat down on him, soaking him to the bone. He was terrified, alone, and lost in the raging river. Whiskers' tiny heart pounded in his chest as he watched the river carry him further away from his family. He closed his eyes, whispering a prayer for his mom and dad, hoping they would find him. He knew they would be searching for him. His mom and dad would never give up on him. He gripped the branch tighter, his little body trembling with fear. He thought of his mom's warm fur and his dad's comforting purr. He missed them so much. He missed their laughter, their playful chases, their stories. He missed their love, the way they always made him feel safe and secure. He missed his little sister, Patches. He missed being with his family. Meanwhile, Whiskers' family was desperately trying to find him. His dad, a wise and strong cat, knew he had to find Whiskers. He couldn't let his little kitten be swept away by the raging river. But how could he possibly reach him in the middle of this storm? His father, a skilled carpenter, knew he had to act quickly. He gathered the remains of their picnic basket, along with some sturdy branches from a fallen tree. He was a father, and he had to save his kitten. His plan was to use a raft, a makeshift raft, to be more precise, crafted from the remains of their picnic basket and sturdy tree branches. It would be dangerous, but he was willing to risk everything to save his precious kitten. He knew he had to do this. He had to find his kitten. He had to bring him home. He wouldn't let anything happen to his little Whiskers. The storm raged on, and the river flowed with fury. But Whiskers' dad's mind was clear. He was a father, and he had to save his kitten. With every branch he secured, with every piece of the basket he carefully attached, he whispered a prayer to the heavens, hoping for a miracle, hoping the storm would calm down. His heart ached for his little kitten, his Whiskers, and he vowed to do anything to bring him home safe. He had to find him. He had to save his kitten. He pushed the raft into the water, the rain lashed at his face, and the wind howled in his ears. But he was determined. He had to find his kitten. He had to bring him home. He steered the raft through the raging waters, his eyes searching for any sign of his little Whiskers. As the raft bobbed and weaved through the churning waters, Whiskers' dad's heart pounded with a mix of fear and hope. He kept his eyes fixed on the riverbank, searching for any sign of his little kitten. He couldn't give up. He wouldn't give up. He had to find Whiskers. He had to bring him home safe. The raft, tossed about by the waves, finally reached the tree where Whiskers was clinging. Whiskers' dad's eyes widened as he saw his kitten clinging precariously to the branch. The wind whipped at his face and the rain lashed at him relentlessly. But he had reached Whiskers. His kitten was safe. He quickly pulled him onto the raft, holding him close, whispering words of comfort and reassurance. Together, they clung to each other as the raft carried them away from the raging river. The raft was tossed about by the waves, but his dad kept his focus on reaching safety. He wouldn't let anything happen to his kitten. He kept his eyes on the shore, looking for any sign of a safe landing. He kept whispering to his kitten, "It's okay, my Whiskers, we're gonna be all right." Finally, they reached a safe shore. His dad lifted him off the raft, hugging him tightly. He could feel the relief and love in his dad's embrace, but he was worried about his mom and sister. He knew they must be terrified. He was determined to find them. He knew they would be searching for him, as he had been searching for them. Whiskers' dad scooped him up in his paws and began searching for his family. They walked along the riverbank, calling out their names, their hearts pounding with hope. Finally, they spotted them, huddled together on a small hill overlooking the river. They were safe. Whiskers' mom and sister rushed to meet them, their faces filled with relief and joy. Whiskers and his dad were enveloped in a warm embrace by his mom and sister. They were safe, together again, and the storm had passed. They all knew that their family bond was unbreakable, and their love for each other had guided them through the storm. It was a lesson they would never forget. That night, as they huddled together in their cozy cottage, safe from the storm, they realized how precious their family was. And Whiskers knew, no matter what challenges they faced, their love for each other would always be a beacon of strength, guiding them through any storm. Their love for each other would always guide them. Did you love this heartwarming story? Subscribe to our channel for more amazing animal adventures. And don't forget to share this video with your friends. See you in our next adventure.